How's it going, everyone? Spectre here. On Tuesday, in a video I did on this, I made the assertion that I believed that Christine Sprankle had started this drama for ulterior reasons. It wasn't because of the, quote, years of harassment, unquote, that Unsleeved media had launched towards her. It was because of other reasons. And I would like to give a shout out to Jarvis937, who made me aware of this, because in that video, when I was looking at her graph, I noticed that around February, the end of February, there was a spike in her Patreon numbers. And I wondered out loud if there wasn't something she had done then that might have caused it. I'm not saying this is proof positive that my theory is now confirmed, but I can tell you something. It's definitely interesting, and I am now wondering if I might be on the right path. So let's get into it. On February 24th, she posted this video called The Cost of Cosplay, I Need Your Help. In that video, she talked about how she wasn't being paid fairly, quote unquote, for her cosplaying at specifically GPs. Now, Grand Prix are not WotC tournaments. They're sanctioned, they're authorized, but they're not WotC tournaments themselves. What ends up happening is she claims that these other groups, I believe it's Channel Fireball runs some of them. I know Star City Games runs them. I believe it might even just be Star City Games itself that runs it. Didn't come out and name them as far as I know. I didn't get to see this video, unfortunately, so I'm going by what I have read already and what I have been told. He specifically complains about these groups. Fine, that's fine. However, coming over to the R Magic TCG subreddit, we see her post, which I think really illustrates some of this. Hi everyone, Sprankle here. Thank you to everyone for the love and support that's being thrown my way. I want to stress that Wizards of the Coast always compensates me fully for their events. But you have to understand GPs are not WotC events. Those are run by tournament organizers. Wizards doesn't do many events themselves, usually only 1 to 2 a year, but when they do, they fairly compensate me for my time and treat me right. I just want to say that because people are throwing Wizards under the bus for something they don't have control over. Fair enough. But you'll notice what she said, they fairly compensate me. Having spoken to a friend who does professional cosplaying and having done this for close to 8 years now, I take her word as is. She's specifically done a lot of stuff for EA BioWare concerning Star Wars The Old Republic. I can say that much. So, her thing is that when you talk to them, when they ask you to come, you normally negotiate a contract, and part of it is compensation. And normally when it's a large company like WotC or EA, they will gladly, if you're essentially a booth babe, they will gladly pay for airfare, room and board, and a little extra to spend. And this is usually negotiated if they have an agent, via agent, or if it's by themselves, they will usually do it themselves. But a lot of them have agents. That's beside the point. So fairly compensated in a general term usually means travel, room and board, a little extra spending money. Fine. So that's what we see. Now things get a little bit more interesting. According to a second person who has commented on this video was available Monday. Around the time that she made her Twitter private, she also removed most of the videos, all but one of them, and there were more videos than just those two. Why this one was left up, don't know. Probably because it's really nothing that's going to bother her. Whatever. The point is that she took everything down. So as people were asking questions, she got rid of the evidence, more or less. This is not me trying to play off anything. In fact, I will just show you what I mean. When I click on the link to go to the video from our Magic the Gathering, the video is unavailable. This is usually done when somebody completely removes it, when they delete it. So this is not a case of someone making it private or unlisting it. This has been removed. Now, let me explain this. If we come over to the graph of her Patreon, we can see February 23rd, she had 73 patrons. February 24th, she posted that. Somebody posted to our Magic the Gathering, don't know who, shilling for her Patreon, essentially. That's what it is. And she goes from 73 up to 109 and keeps going up until about March 10th when she has 357 patrons. And it's just steady decline. There is no plateauing. She's not keeping the people who were paying her, and she's not drawing in new people, period. What happens? November 23rd, we get to 261 patrons. She is now at the lowest point since this entire thing started. If this is the only income she has, she's probably a little worried now. She's lost over 100 patrons in the span of 9 months. But what does she do? She starts drama. In almost 9 months to the day, she calls out Jeremy, Unsleeved Media. And what do we see as people shill for her Patreon once again? It's going up. It goes up to 341, which is actually more than she had originally. So what can we take away from this? Well, I feel very confident in saying that this is relatively great proof that she is doing this for ulterior reasons and that everybody involved is being fleeced. I'm 31 years old. I remember being a socially awkward 14 and 15-year-old. I remember how difficult it was to get a girl to say hi to me, mainly because I was an ugly son of a bitch with a lot of acne. Okay, I was your stereotypical nerd, too smart for my own good, though I did play sports, so I had that going for me, which was nice. I was in the band. I was very much into the military, which everybody thought was really weird because you're a nerd and you're not supposed to be interested in anything that could, require actual physical effort. That's not how this works, damn it. But I was. I remember how difficult it was to get a girl to like me. Imagine being a 14 or 15-year-old right now. 16, 17, 18, whatever, doesn't matter. Imagine being the stereotypical Magic player even at the age of 30. You are stereotypically fat. You have a neck beard and everything. And you just want somebody to pay attention to you. What would you do? What would you do? You would give to someone like this just for that, just for that smile and everything, thinking that you're helping them. Well, you're helping them all right, but you're not getting what you hope to get, and you're never going to. That's the absolute truth. This is the problem with a lot of cosplayers. They prey on socially awkward people. They do. Not all of them, okay? Let's make that very clear. My friend, she's absolutely gorgeous. She doesn't prey on people. She doesn't have her own Patreon. She has gotten everything via word of mouth, and she is paid very handsomely for doing what she does. She's very lucky in that. I know people who are like that, and I know people who are like Christine here. But this is something that Kotaku and Polygon are not going to pick up on. Wizards of the Coast is not going to care about this. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good narrative. Jeremy is going to be hit because of this. And I feel very confident in saying right now that this entire thing was done for money. At the end of this, Christine is either going to come out of hiding, quote unquote, or she's going to say, I'm leaving. I said I was leaving. I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else. And that will not be something new, because a lot of these women who cosplay like this will do that. They will move between fandoms because they have nothing holding them down to it.